Your son was not responsible for Megan Thee Stallion being shot. Who shot her?
To this point has not been proven that she was even shot. But how can you have a situation where in pretrial the police says that the bullet fragments they collected from the hospital just mysteriously vanishes? It goes missing. I would think that evidence is something that is protected in any police department, but they just mysteriously go missing. So the whole thing stinks of a conspiracy, and it stinks of a cover-up.
Laboratory, to mandatory, making an entry. It's just making an entry.
Tory Megan.
Megan Tory.
Tory Megan.
Laboratory, to mandatory. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's JEJE Vibe.
We're back.
Got my amazing queen with me.
Thanks, my love.
You saw the intro, or you heard the intro. We got to talk about Megan Tory. Tory Megan.
Whichever.
Megan Thee Stallion shot in the foot.
Or step on the glass. Then said shot on the foot.
Then said shot on the foot.
Megan! Sporting a bright purple pantsuit, rapper Megan Thee Stallion appeared calm and composed as she arrived to testify in a downtown LA courtroom. Once she took the stand, her demeanor changed as she described the fear and shock she felt on July 12, 2020, when fellow rapper Tory Lanez allegedly used a semi-automatic gun to shoot her after leaving a party at Kylie Jenner's house. Cameras were not allowed inside the packed courtroom, where Megan, also known as Megan Pete, addressed the jury for the first time. She accused Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, of ordering her to dance before firing several rounds, hitting her feet. TMZ obtained this cell phone video taken after the alleged shooting, showing a limping Megan being ordered out of her SUV by police. She says at the time she told them she had stepped on glass, afraid of getting Lanez in trouble. On Tuesday, she testified that Lanez offered her $1 million to keep quiet about the alleged shooting, an allegation Lanez's attorney has staunchly denied.
And Tory Lanez ending up spending crazy time behind bars. First of all, we gotta say speedy recovery to Tory Lanez.
After 14 stabs.
As Tory Lanez recovers in a hospital after a prison stabbing attack, his father and supporters gathered today to demand his release.
Former rapper was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Fox 7's Christy Fajardo tells us about the claim of new evidence.
Bringing it to light now was made necessary by the events of this week.
Just days after rapper Tory Lanez, also known as Daystar Peterson, was attacked in prison, his attorneys are calling on Governor Newsom to pardon or commute his sentence, insisting they have new evidence Lanez didn't shoot superstar Megan Thee Stallion, but it was instead her former best friend, Kelsey Harris. And they say Harris's one-time bodyguard, Bradley James, was spurred by conscience to come forward.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody.
Walter Roberts says the statement aligns with another witness who saw 2 women fighting. Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence after being convicted of shooting Stallion in the Hollywood Hills back in 2020. The singer testified against Lanez and in an op-ed wrote, quote, "Even as a victim, I have been met with skepticism and judgment. We didn't hear back from Stallion's attorney and couldn't reach Harris for comment."
Crazy. Man, you gotta know that God loves you, or the universe loves you, for you to go through that.
And still be alive.
I guess he has more to offer to the universe before transcending to the next place.
Or more like exposing some evil deeds.
Some crazy things. So right now, Tory's family pushing a different narrative from the case. His lawyers are bringing new so-called never before seen videos and affidavits.
Yep.
From someone who said that pew 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 was not shot by Tory.
Lanez's lawyers say they've had the new evidence for months and were waiting on the appeals court to rule, but went public after he was stabbed in prison.
He was stabbed 14 times.
The rapper's father, Sunstar Peterson, says his son is recovering remarkably well, but recounted the story Lanez told him.
And I quote, "Dad, I thought it was my last. And having made my peace with God, I said, okay, God, is this how it's supposed to end for me?" But God said no. God told him, "Do not give up."
The family and legal team insists Lanez was never given a fair trial, raising questions about the prosecution and investigation, but now say Lanez can't wait for the appellate process to play out.
Tory was trying to save the situation, and pew pew pew.
Really, though?
You know, YouTube be going crazy, guys.
We gotta find a new name for that, though.
Like-
Something suitable. No.
Like, it's crazy.
Crazy times.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was a witness to the conversation Miss Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case.
So there were gunshots, or there were pew 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 that went out that night. And Tory was not the one who shot Megan.
Apparently, it was the third party.
The third party that was given an immunity during the trial,
Not to testify.
not to say anything. And she came on stage took a stand, and she said she didn't know who shot.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's looking like the person that said she didn't know was the one that actually did the deed.
That actually did the shooting. Now, as soon as this whole affidavit from this person came out, they sent it to Megan's team, according to Tory's lawyers. And Megan's team said they were going to reach out to them. And 2 days later, Tory got stabbed 14 times. I'm not saying that it was connected.
But it looks like it. trying not to let somebody leave to testify against their own bad deeds now that they did.
2022, singer, rapper Tory Lanez convicted of shooting performer Megan Thee Stallion after a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie Jenner. Here's the story. They're at the party. After the party, they get into an argument. Lanez tells Megan Thee Stallion, dance, and shoots at her feet like a cowboy movie, hits her. Proof? Testimony of Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and DNA evidence on the weapon that convinced jurors to convict. Pretty simple, right? Maybe not. Turns out that DNA, only a 0.01% chance that the DNA is from Lanez. He's always maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to 10 years, so this is really about the testimony. Lanez, so what happens? So he goes away, recently stabbed 14 times in prison. Many say it was a hit, okay? Because new evidence is about to come out. All right, a little conspiratorial, but he was definitely stabbed. Lanez supporters believe that the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. Now, I could give a damn about Jay-Z or his company. This just wasn't a case on my radar until now. Why? Paulina Luna. She is a representative from Florida. You see her here on a regular basis. She says she's got new evidence, says it wasn't him.
So as you know, we are on oversight and accountability. And so this case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose. And the reason why I took a particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself. Also, there's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. And so what we're seeing is really there was a case of he said, she said. The evidence wasn't actually respected and properly adhered to.
So it's crazy. What is it about Tory Lanez that would make so-called or so-and-so to put this guy through this whole situation?
Crazy.
Knowing that he didn't commit this crime.
Yeah, but my own thing is that knowing fully well that he didn't commit this crime, why didn't he mention who did the deed? Why keep quiet about it and take 10 years for it?
This is crazy. This is where,
at the end of the day, you gotta save yourself first.
This is where the street code has to go out the way.
It's crazy.
Like
this is your life you're talking about here. Now you just want to waste it on someone that didn't even hesitate to take an immunity deal now because of the deed that she did.
Crazy. This is sad. This is really sad. Because this is Tory trying to be street, which is what he raps about, and taking a stand.
So you rap about something and you want to prove to people that you are what you rap about?
And now
crazy.
Now you're almost throwing your life away.
Because of that.
Because of that. I just hope that this case gets another day to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets vindicated.
And hey, we've been seeing several evidence pop up now, and a lot of people talking about how even the hospital records show that he was just stepping on the glass.
It's crazy. It's not looking good for Megan.
And so what happened was you were just one ball stepping on the glass. I never cut on my right foot. I just stepped on the glass the other day. So you were already hurt when we got into the room. And then at that point, your friends were already down in the
And hey, she's been on the internet several times saying that she got pew pew.
She got pew.
Yeah. By Tory.
By Tory.
With nobody, I don't do nothing to nobody. But y'all motherfuckers really dragging it. Like, I tried to just be cool, stay out the way, because at the end of the day, I'm really a real bitch. Like, I'm from Houston. I'm from the motherfucking South Side. It ain't like let me go run and tell my business to the motherfucking internet. Let me go run and tell my business to the police. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. Like, but I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit.
This is not looking good for Megan.
Hey, also the video that I guess the police recordings now of her saying that she doesn't want that to ruin her image.
Crazy.
Crazy.
What's that? Do you think we can go to jail? I don't know. We're trying to figure it all out. As long as you guys cooperate with us and you guys tell us what happened, we'll go accordingly, okay? But if you guys are not telling us, if you guys are, then I don't think... I really cannot go to jail. Okay. I cannot have that on my image. Okay. So how did that happen to you? Glass. Glass? Where? Where we were coming from.
So with all of that, you put somebody else's life in jeopardy?
Crazy. This is not good. This is not going to look good.
I don't feel sorry for whatever outcome that comes out of this.
This is not looking good. Right now, I just hope that Tory gets another day for his case to be heard, and he gets home, because going through this whole ordeal, this is
also
traumatizing.
It is. Also, my question is that who's the judge that did the sentencing? Because
this is crazy times. This is crazy times. So many talk about the case and how the case was played out and things that happened during the case or during the trial.
Too many foul plays.
Too many.
Just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
I just hope that this case gets heard, and even at this point, just like grant him a pardon. Like going through.
You would have thought right after the stabbing, somebody would be home sleeping.
Like, let him go home and heal.
He got transferred to another prison.
Crazy.
Well, listen, this is the job, is to make sure that there is fairness under law in this situation. And with your son, there's now a question mark. And you're not a lawyer. That's not why I'm talking to you. My understanding is it's gotten bad enough for him on the inside after this stabbing that it is a miracle that he survived, that now he's being moved as we speak. Is that true, sir? And what does that mean to you?
Yes, that is correct. It's one of the things we've been concerned about, but he's being moved because it's a part of the prison's protocol. That when a situation like this happens, I think they believe it's better for him to be in another facility, and so he is being moved as we speak. One of the things, of course, we're concerned about is because my son is a high-profile person, and when things like this happen, there's always some kind of weird news going out trying to spin it to be something else. You know, maybe he went crazy in the prison and they moved him. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happens, but the truth being that He is being moved right now as we speak, and we have concerns because, number one, he has just been discharged not many days ago from the hospital, and he was discharged with 14 stab wounds, an incident that collapsed his lungs that, again, thankfully, he is recovering, he's doing well, but now he has to take a 3-hour ride, and he is the victim in this situation.
Oh my God. This is not looking good. What you guys
Not
think?
looking good for Megan. Not looking good for the judiciary system. Not looking good for the third party that took the immunity deal. Not looking good.
Not looking good for those who are trying to destroy this poor boy's life. It's not looking good. As in, we're going to be here and we are just observing. And as we observe, you guys updated.
Hey, y'all gonna turn to content.
Megan, Tory, the saga continues.
We're out of here now.
Ooh, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Man, where else would you rather be? See you in the next one. JEJE VIBE. 25.
I'm feeling it.
Like the vibe.
Suspect has been identified tonight in the prison stabbing of former hip-hop star Tory Lanez. According to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, Lanez was stabbed by inmate Santino Casio at a housing unit at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. That attack happened early yesterday morning. An Instagram post from Lanez's account says he was stabbed 14 times in that attack, causing both of his lungs to collapse. The post goes on to say he's now breathing normally and is in good spirits. The former rapper was sentenced to 10 years in prison back in 2023 after shooting fellow hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion at a house party in Los Angeles. Casio was serving a life sentence in prison after being convicted of second-degree murder in 2004.
What happened the next morning? I asked him, are we cool? He said, yeah, it's cool. And when I went to my cell, he followed me. Like I told you earlier.
Do you have any regrets of stabbing him?
Regret? Shit.
Because you stabbed him 14 times.
Yeah. I know that. I wish I could do certain things over, but at the end of the day, I felt like he threatened my life. We had a little situation, and he was yelling, hell, screaming, please help me. I moved back, and I kept stabbing more. I just kept going.